Hey, Haley, are we in Carol Coyote? You know the mayor, of course.
You want to shake the mayor's hand?
For 15 years.
Glad we could kind of put the right people together.
So if that hadn't happened, the program would have just gone away.
It would have gone away, and so there would have been no sailing program for the youth or the adults. Ship down at the waterfront.
Yeah. Well, it's quite the project that has happened here. I mean, this boardwalk is gorgeous.
Yeah. Thank you. So part of what we do, as CBS Division's Eco Media that I manage, and we work with clients like Block Island Ferry. They buy advertising from us, and then we source nonprofits and city grants to give back for them, back to a community that makes sense for them. They pick the sailing program.
That's excellent.
So what we'd like to do is, after the ceremony, is to grab you for an interview, which we'll film. And then from that, we create a 30-second TV spot. Because what we really want to do is tell everybody the great story.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
So we
have to wear my sunglasses so I'm not squinting.
Yeah.
I have terrible outdoor eyes.
Same here.
It's unbelievable.
Today's launch of Let's Sail Recreations Community Boating Program. Today we're here to launch the boating program and to acknowledge and celebrate the partnerships that have made this day possible. First, as Executive Director of Recreation, I am thrilled that the Mass Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs Department of Conservation and Recreation chose our agency to operate Fall River's community boating program. I want to thank Commissioner Roy of DCR and say how much we're looking forward to working with him. I also want to thank Representative Carol Fiola for her advocacy with the state on our behalf. I'd like to thank the Mayor Correa for establishing the relationship with Block Island Ferry in support of our boating program. This is also made possible through a unique partnership with CBS Eco Media, which generates financial support for community programs through the power of advertising. There are several other organizations that have also committed funds to the program, including CDBG, United Way of Greater Fall River, Boston Marine Society, Fall Rivers Women's Credit Union, Youth Friends Association, Sail Newport, the Fall River Public School 21st Century Program, and I'd also like to thank Bob Smith, the Harbor Master, for his assistance, as well as the Fall River Fire Department, especially Chief John Lynch, District Chief Kevin Blythe, and the many other fire department personnel that assisted with the docks that are out here today. We also had our outreach youth who assisted with getting the program up and running. Recreation knows firsthand how popular and important this program is to our community. Over the past several years, the agency has referred hundreds of youth to the program, where they have learned about sailing as well as environmental awareness, water safety, and Fall River's maritime heritage. The boating program will be an integral part of Fall River's waterfront, offering a recreational opportunity to children and adults who might not otherwise be able to participate in this activity. I'm also pleased to acknowledge Chris Nardi, a member of Recreation staff, who will manage the boating program. Chris is a U.S. Sailing Level 1 instructor and a U.S. Powerboat instructor. He has been a Sail Newport Race Committee volunteer since 2011. He also managed the prior sailing program through Battleship Cove for 14 years. Now, if anyone needs additional information on the boating program, they can contact our Recreations office at 508-679-0922 or visit our webpage at gfrrec.org. Now I'd like to introduce our Mayor, Mayor Jaisal Correa II. He has a few words to say.
Thank you, Grace. I'm so excited about this announcement. I was looking forward to it all week. This is really a tremendous announcement. I first and foremost want to thank Block Island Ferry and CBS Eco Media for this great partnership. This is exactly what I talk about all the time, about the private sector stepping in and helping out the city and creating public-private partnerships. So we really, from the bottom of my heart and the community's heart, thank you for doing that. and we'll make sure that that effort doesn't go unnoticed. So that's huge. I want to thank State Representative Carol Fiola for her work on the state level on really helping us build our waterfront and continuing to build it. So she's been working on the boathouse here and making sure that we have access to that boathouse, and of course on our marina as well, on our waterfront. I want to absolutely thank the harbor master. Where is he, Bob? Where are you? You've been doing a tremendous job with your staff. I'm so happy that we have such a great harbor master, and I look forward to many more years of great marine time activities down here on the waterfront. I want to thank Jane from in my office for putting this together and writing the grant, and our fire department, all the guys behind me. That's why it looks a little crowded back here, all these big guys. They did a tremendous job. I was told that the docks were floated down from Newport to Fort Adams on our police boat, and it took 5 hours. Is that what it said? 5 hours? That's incredible. Great work. I hope you packed the lunch, and you told me you did, so that's good. But this is, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a few people, but I think Grace mentioned every single person that's really contributed to this. This is a huge effort to promote our waterfront and to continue one of the best programs, I believe, in the city of Fall River through recreation. In fact, I learned how to sail through this very program at recreation, which is really incredible. And what I tell people all the time is, think about the impact we're making on young people's lives, and an impact on my life. I to this day still sail. A kid from Fall River that grew up on William Street on the 3rd floor with parents that don't know how to sail, with grandparents that don't know how to sail, was able to sail and learn how to sail right here in Fall River. Not in Newport, not in Portsmouth, not in Martha's Vineyard, not in the Cape, right here in Fall River. What a tremendous asset we have to our community. What a great activity and opportunity for young children in our city. So that is just unbelievable, and I'm so thrilled that we're able to continue this project, continue this effort. It really is incredible. So lastly, and probably most importantly, is this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the many activities here on our waterfront. Fall River has an incredible waterfront. I was commenting, I think, with the Block Island Ferry people just a few moments ago about how there really isn't another boardwalk like this, especially rehab like it recently was. Another boardwalk like this, I think in the entire southeastern Massachusetts area. I don't think there's a single other one. And certainly I don't think there's any even in Rhode Island. So what a great asset, not just for our Fall River residents, but for anybody out there, our neighboring communities, to come on down to our waterfront, check out our boardwalk, check out the wonderful restaurants, check out our sailing program, bring your own boat, come on down and see what's going on our waterfront. So thank you as well. And lastly, I just saw DCR over there. Thank you for all the work that you've been doing here in the city of Fall River. So I look forward to continuing this program. The city will do anything it can, but this is so vital. Public-private partnerships. The city is going to progress because of people like the people at Block Island Ferry and Eco Media. So thank you so much, and best of luck to the kids that are sailing, and I look forward to being out there with them sometime. Thank you. State Representative Carol Fiola, who again has been instrumental in our waterfront development.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I don't want to take too much time because the mayor's clearly said it all. But to be here today, if you look behind us, the different partners. The mayor said it, the public-private partnership here. If it wasn't for Grace and her team over at CD Recreation being the catalyst and providing the services to our young people and adults for the sailing program. If it wasn't for our city services like the mayor's office and Jane, and most people watching this probably don't even know Jane standing here, but I get weekly emails, we coordinate weekly because Jane is our grant writer. And Jane has a handle on every single grant that we get into the city. She writes those grants, she bird dogs those grants, and she makes sure we know, myself and my colleagues in the House, Alan Sylvia, Paul Schmidt and I, and Senator Rodericks are aware of every grant. And then it's up to us to go up there and fight to see that we have a fighting chance and we do have the opportunity to receive these grants. So I really want to commend Jane for all her hard work. She is second to none that I've seen out there. Certainly, thank you. You're always behind the scenes, but I'm glad to see you up front. Clearly to see our city partnership, our city councilor Cliff Ponte here, who represents the rest of the council, to be here, because if they're not advocating, again, if a cog in this wheel doesn't work, these things don't happen. And that's so true. Our public safety people, we have a brand new, almost brand new boat, at least to this fire department, it's brand new. And to see our chief beaming here today because the public safety on our waterfront is enhanced because we have the docking space, we have the boat, and if we didn't have this, we wouldn't have the level of public safety that we have provided by this firefighting team and of course our police department. But we're thrilled to have this dock. You mentioned here Bob Smith, our harbor master. Again, most people watching don't know Bob Smith, the harbor master, but he and I have worked closely for the last 6 months on a number of details to make sure that for the first time, not only are we going to be having this boardwalk, but we're going to be able to invite public transient boat traffic here to our waterfront for the first time this season. And what does that mean? If somebody from another community has a boat, they would only be able to pull up if they spent money at the Cove or at the Tipsy Seagull, which we like them to do and we want them to do. However, now they can pull up here, spend a few hours or an hour or so here on our waterfront, walk around, enjoy this beauty that is second to none, and then head on their way and spread the word of how wonderful Fall River is. And so that's for the first time happening. And so who did I leave out here? I'm not sure, but I do want to, before I introduce another important cog, and that is the private sector. And I say this all the time. People say they should do this, and they really mean the mayor or myself or the city councilor or other elected officials. But they are you, and they are the private sector working along with us. This would never happen if it was not for the commitment of the private sector like CBS and Block Island Ferry. And I would like to now introduce to you Megan Moran, who represents Block Island Ferry on their third season here, third successful season here in Fall River. Megan, come on up.
Thank you. At the Block Island Ferry, we pride ourselves in providing more than just ferry service. A big part of giving back to the local communities that we're a part of. When Ecomedia put this partnership between the Block Island Ferry, the City of Fall River, and this sailing program, we thought it was a perfect match. What could be better than the Block Island Ferry supporting a sailing program that gets kids out on the water and introduce them to the maritime industry? Maybe some of the kids that will be sailing will end up working for the Block Island Ferry someday and sailing the Block Island Ferry in the future. We hope this sailing program is a huge success and that the Block Island Ferry was able to make a difference in this community. Thank you.
Again, thank you to the many different partners that made this program successful, well, possible. It will be successful. And thanks to the many kids that will be coming through our doors to participate in the sailing program. I know it's been extremely popular over the many years. We've had hundreds of kids, like I said before, come through the door to participate in the program, and it would have been a really sad state of affairs if we had to, not have the program available to them again. Again, thank you again for attending today.
Thank you. Jameson, can you take a quick picture of it?
There we go. All right.
Thank you, Jameson.
Excellent.